Have you ever wondered if staying close to your children in old age is really the best decision? Society tells us that family is everything, that being near your children will bring comfort, love, and security. But what if that expectation sets you up for disappointment? Many parents dream of growing old, surrounded by their children and grandchildren. They imagine a life filled with visits, shared meals, and laughter. But reality often looks very different. Life moves fast. Children get busy. Their careers, responsibilities, and families take priority. And slowly, without realizing it, you might find yourself waiting for a call, waiting for a visit, waiting for the time and attention that never comes. This is where Stoicism offers a powerful insight. True peace does not come from others, it comes from within. The moment you tie your happiness to people's actions, you give them control over your emotions. And when expectations aren't met, the result is frustration, sadness, and even resentment. But here's the good news. Understanding this can set you free. The Stoics believe that detachment from expectations leads to inner strength. By the end of this video, you'll learn how to embrace this mindset, avoid the emotional traps of aging, and live with true independence. Stay with me until the end, and you'll discover a simple Stoic practice that can help you find peace no matter where you live or who is around. At first, living near your children feels reassuring. You think, if I ever need help, they'll be there for me. But over time, this closeness can create an invisible chain, one that slowly takes away your independence. As you age, small tasks become harder. You might start asking for favors, help with groceries, a ride to the doctor, fixing something at home. At first, it seems harmless, but gradually, you may notice a shift. You depend on them more and more, and then comes the fear of being a burden. No one wants to feel like they are in the way, but when you rely too much on your children, that's exactly how it can feel. You start hesitating to ask for help, worried it might inconvenience them. You sense their exhaustion, their unspoken frustration, and suddenly the security you once felt turns into guilt. The Stoics remind us that self-reliance is key to a strong and dignified life. Seneca once wrote, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it. If we spend our later years waiting for others to make life easier, we lose the chance to grow, to adapt, to remain strong. Instead of clinging to comfort, embrace challenge. Stay active. Keep learning. Find ways to manage your own needs as much as possible, because the more you rely on yourself, the more you'll keep your freedom. And with freedom comes peace. Love between parents and children is deep, but it is not free from tension. When you live close to your children, it's easy to assume that they will always be available. You expect frequent visits, long conversations, and shared moments like before, but life changes. They have careers to manage, families to care for, and personal struggles you may not see. And when those expectations are not met, something dangerous begins to grow: resentment. You might not say it out loud, but you feel it. Why don't they visit more? Why don't they call? After everything I've done for them, don't I deserve their time? These thoughts creep in, slowly turning love into disappointment. But resentment does not just stay on one side. Your children, too, might feel pressured. They might struggle with guilt, torn between their own responsibilities and the silent expectation that they must always be there for you. And when resentment builds on both sides, relationships suffer. Small frustrations turn into arguments. Conversations feel forced instead of natural. The warmth that once existed starts to fade. But what if you could break free from this cycle? Marcus Aurelius, the great Stoic emperor, reminds us, accept whatever comes to you woven in the pattern of your destiny. For what could more aptly fit your needs? Instead of demanding more from others, accept what they naturally give. Let go of expectations, and you'll discover a love that is lighter, freer, and more genuine. True connection is not about forcing time together, it's about valuing the moments that happen naturally. And when you release the need for control, you open yourself to a deeper kind of peace. So if relying on your children for happiness leads to frustration, what's the alternative? The Stoics believe that true peace comes from within, not from other people. Instead of clinging to family for emotional security, they taught a different path, one of self-reliance, acceptance, and inner peace. Happiness is not about where you live or who is around you. It's about the state of your mind. If you constantly seek validation, attention, or company, you will always feel unsettled. Instead, learn to be at peace in your own presence. Read, meditate, take walks, find joy in solitude. When you stop chasing external happiness, you start discovering internal strength. Your children's love should not feel like an obligation. Let them visit because they want to, not because they feel forced to. When you stop expecting, every visit, every call, and every message becomes a gift, not a requirement. As Epictetus wisely said, freedom is the only worthy goal in life. It is won by disregarding things that lie beyond our control. Aging is not something to resist, it's something to accept. Instead of fearing loneliness, see it as an opportunity to grow, to reflect, and to live freely. The past cannot be held on to, and the future is uncertain. What matters is this moment. Make it count. When you stop expecting others to make you happy, you take back control of your own life. And with that control comes true peace, the kind that no one can take away from you. So, should you live close to your children in old age? The answer isn't simple. Being near them can bring comfort, but it can also create expectations that lead to disappointment. If you rely on them for happiness, you give away your power. If you expect their time and attention, you set yourself up for frustration. Stoicism teaches us a better way. Instead of seeking happiness from others, find it within. Instead of clinging to relationships, let them flow naturally. Instead of fearing solitude, embrace it as a path to wisdom and strength. In the end, true peace doesn't come from where you live or who is around you, it comes from how you think. When you free yourself from expectations, you gain something even more valuable than family closeness, the ability to be content no matter what. So will you choose to wait for happiness, or will you create it for yourself? The choice is yours.